What's up, guys? The lighting in here, all right, that's a little bit better, but shit, it's still suspect. So yeah, read that title. Why people why people hate Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to be brief with this. Check out my latest video. I put the link in the comments. It's basically was inspired by a client of mine who was talking about boxing, and it just gave me the idea that how many fighters who are internationally famous, Hall of Fame boxers, that even boxing fans, they know who they are. They may have never even seen them fight, but they'll know the name Mike Tyson. Know the name Floyd Mayweather. They'll know the name Arturo Gatti. So the newest video is about maybe the skills and talents on the reasons why you know their name, not just because they're a knockout artist or a good boxer. So if you want to watch that, click that link. I'm gonna rant a little bit, not too long, because I'm a bit burned out from it on why people hate on Floyd. And I'll give you the most common reaction when I start bringing up Floyd Mayweather. People, this is in real life. People will always say, I hate Floyd. Isn't he a woman beater? They'll always bring up the stuff outside of the ring. Basically, they'll bring up the things that have nothing to do with boxing. That's one hater. And then the other hater will say that he ran away or didn't fight anybody in his prime. The first one, look, I didn't say Floyd is human of the year. I didn't say he's my favorite humanitarian. I love his philanthropy work. I didn't say that. So if that's your excuse for not liking him as a boxer, then you're not a boxing fan. The second one, those who say that, he ran too much or didn't fight anybody in their prime, if that's you, you know nothing about boxing. Now that we removed those two reasons, other than that, you ask any boxer, you ask any boxer now who currently boxes, come to Sydney, come where I live, I'll take you to the boxing gym, Bondi Boxing. You ask any boxer in there, they're going to tell you what I'm going to tell you. They fucking love Floyd. They might not cheer for him, like I said, for his humanitarian work, but as a boxer, what he did, Floyd, to understand his mastery, it's really a tale of two careers. And you could break the two careers down by his nicknames. In his first part of his career, when he was younger, he was Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. Look at his statistics. Go to his Wikipedia. I think his first 24 fights, he was a knockout artist. He would stand in the pocket, Kronk Boxing, famed boxing gym out of Detroit. This is the gym that brought you Tommy the Hitman Hearns. You hear Kronk Boxing, you think of gunslingers. You think of knockout artists. You think of guys who are going to stand in the pocket and bang. That's who Floyd used to be when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. Now, here lies in the mastery. What happens with a knockout artist, especially a guy who's not that physically huge in stature, you start breaking your hands. And that's what was happening with him. Halfway through the career, doctor said, hey, you can't keep fighting like this. If you do, you're going to have to retire young. Rather than retiring young or being stubborn, he changed his fighting style. So rather than staying in the pocket, standing and trading, being a knockout artist, he became a defensive wizard. This is part two. This is where Money Mayweather comes into play. This is part two of his mastery. So he then knew, if I can't fill up these stadiums and get people to buy my pay-per-views because they love me, how am I going to let me get them to fill the stadiums up and buy the pay-per-views so they could watch me lose? And guess what? When he retired, 50-0, 49-0. Let's not count Conor McGregor. He never lost. That in itself is brilliant. Now, we could have game plans. We could be a boxer and want to go undefeated and fill stadiums, but that's all good and dandy. If you can't fight, if you can't box, it's just pipe dreams. The kid could box. So he goes from a knockout artist, Pretty Boy Floyd, to a defensive wizard, one of the greatest defensive boxers ever, Money Mayweather, changes his whole style and turned into a guy who would stand in the pocket against the ropes. Think about fucking the Manny Pacquiao fights. Think about the Sugar Shane Mosley fight. Think about the Maidana fights. He fought everybody as well. It's not his fault Canelo wasn't born in a different time. He still fought him and still stood there. And to this day, if you watch Canelo after he took that ass beating, Canelo became a better fighter. His defense was kind of subpar until he learned those lessons from Floyd. So to sum all this up, I've been talking too much. If you ever meet somebody out there and they say they dislike Floyd Mayweather and they don't give you any reasons, whether technically, athletically, anything that has to do with boxing, they're A, a hater, B, not a boxing fan, and C, they have no idea what they're talking about. Cheers. Check that new video out. I appreciate you.